Mama. Mama babies. This is a surprise live. I didn't make any announcement, so we're just gonna, if you're watching this back, I'm gonna wait to start talking till I get some people in the chat. There we go. Aloha, Lauren. Hello, Master Manifestor. Hello, Deanna. Hello. Mirama. I hope I'm saying that right. Angela, hello. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. Hello, Monica. Listen, guys, before I start, we got 40 minutes before my call, so I thought I'd do a quick live. I just said, why not? It's been a while. Hello, hello, Norway. I like turtles. I love it. Svenja, hello. So I just wanted to connect with you guys. I have so much to tell you, Stephanie Ann. Stephanie, then let's do it somehow. Suzette, hello from Amsterdam. Hello, hello, hello. Stephanie, that's funny. I was thinking about you the other day. That's crazy. Mirma, you look so much like Ross Geller. Oh my God, never noticed it before. I don't know if I want to look like Ross Geller. Guy was kind of a tool. We were on a break. So yeah, this is like a random live. Hello, Holly. Holly, hello. I had, again, 40 minutes for a call. I thought I'd hop on, talk to you guys. Someone said they missed me in live. We're not in my usual spot. Senzia, hello. We're in my reading chair, where I do a lot of my meditations and thinking. How's the weather where everyone is? It is absolutely, it feels like a pool in Tokyo, but that's every summer. It's like hot and humid. Anyone who wants to get the conversation going over here? Yeah, it's hot and humid here. It's like literally like you're in like the YMCA pool. It's disgusting. Mia hot monsoon here in India. Amazing weather. Ooh. Yeah, it's been raining for the past, like, whatever. We got so lucky. We just went to Universal Studios Japan, if anyone follows my Instagram. And we saw, like, the One Piece live show that's been sold out all summer. And we managed to get a couple, well, of course we did, but we managed to get a couple tickets, and it was just phenomenal. And the weather held out. Like, it literally rained, I think, one morning for an hour before we even left the hotel. Switzerland is so hot, too. It's hot because we are hot. I love that. Ranma is hot. He will not sleep on my bed at the moment. Did you enjoy One Piece? I loved it. I actually teared up. My boyfriend, who doesn't even watch One Piece and like is not that into it, even he teared up. It was like a story revolving around Chopper, and I don't want to give too much away, but I'm gonna assume there's not too many people watching this. But basically, Chopper gets kidnapped, and they're about to like launch a whole another world war, like Marineford over Chopper, and it was just the cutest thing ever. I am very well. Sinister Gamer, I'm very well. When you see less than ideal state in SP, just decide against or select again, right? Holly, my love, you know this more than anybody, okay? It's not about the SP, it's about you and your perceptions of reality from the state that you are aligned with, right? Now, I know your backstory a lot, right? So this is something where if you were ever wanting to get into this with a call with me again, we could really dive into where is that awareness actually coming from, right? Because these are the things that you're not going to actually get through courses. This is not what a course cannot really diagnose where this is coming from and helping you to choose a different perception of reality. It's going to throw some affirmations at you and say, oh my God, I'm top tier, I'm this, I'm that, and whatever. But it's not the affirmations. It's a state of consciousness that you're identifying with as consciousness. That's the whole difference. So if you see a lesson at a fucking state in SP, whatever, it doesn't matter. Because if you shift it in your awareness, you'll see a different state in SP 24 seconds later. But it's about you and who you're identified with and the stories that you're continually telling. about yourself, about the world, about SP, about all of it. Holly, that's fine. There's no shame in needing a little bit of additional help. And I'm not saying this to sell anyone on anything. I'm just being realistic. I get a lot of people, and we book a couple calls. We'll get like 3 calls, and it's like they expect the world to move within 3 calls of learning this stuff. People go to therapy for like fucking years and just get worse. You guys got to be patient with yourself as you're learning this, but you got to be applying it, because every time anyone has a call with me, I'm going to get you focused and on the right track, but you got to actually then go from there and really go deeper. The best ones are when people come and we book, and then they really do shift and get everything they want, and then they just want to talk about creation and where they want to go from here and what they want to see next, and just kind of going into a more, you know, deeper state from there. Okay, I'm seeing a question now. I've just received an email telling me I've been rejected for a job. However, I didn't react to it at all before I did get fearful. I know the job is mine. I'm working there right now. Yeah, Sinister Gamer, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. I've never, ever been rejected from a job. I remember this one time when I worked in, that we're going to get a Zach backstory. Oh, Stephanie, I love you. I got rejected from 2 jobs, actually. So the first job was, and this was before I started like working. Well, actually 3 jobs. We can do the whole thing if you guys have time. First job, and this was before I knew anything about manifestation, okay? First job was a barista in Philadelphia, and I was living there for like 10 months or so, and I was working at a Japanese restaurant already, but I didn't want to work at the Japanese restaurant. I wanted to work at the barista. They said, sorry, we're not hiring. So it was literally across from the Japanese restaurant that I used to work at. So after one day I went in, and it was just like, I wasn't impressed with how they were doing. And the guy was like, hey, do you still want that job? So I ended up getting a job right there on the spot at the barista place I wanted to work. It was a little bit too much, though, because I was working from 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., and then I'd have like a 2-hour nap, and then I'd work again from 4 p.m. to midnight, and then like after we cashed out, it was like 1 a.m., and that was like a full summer, so that was a little bit intense, but it was fun, till it wasn't. And then another job was a phone store that my friend became a manager at, and I was like, hey, do you have a job? He's like, not right now. So again, I worked at as a barista, a different shop. And then my friend came in that morning. He's like, will you please, do you want a job? Like, I'll hire you right now. And I was like, okay, yeah. And the third job I think I've talked about in recruitment in Japan. That's a longer story. But remember, just because you're seeing something in 3D doesn't mean that that's your final destination. Like, you still choose it. So you're doing that perfectly. It's like, all right, well, this is where I had my awareness before, but I'm there anyways. It doesn't matter what I see. That's it. So, Deanna, I'm going to say the same to you. It doesn't matter, love. No shame, but to think people literally going to therapy to fix one identity out of infinity for years makes me want to cry. Yeah, same. Because but that's how the world works, right? That's how the illusion, people buy into it, and they think that it's about fixing this one illusion rather than really owning it and finding out how to release it. That's what I teach. It's how to go through and transcend above, and then go from there. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. And I can make all the videos in the world, but everyone has a personal story they're going through, and that's the learning experience. It's, you need a teacher to show you, okay, this is what this is showing. That's the fun part. But, oh my God, I had somebody in the, that left a comment yesterday, and I was going to make a video alluding to this, but it was just this person, they just came in to rant, right? And they were just talking about, like, oh, it's so much easier for men to get this than women, because women have all these years of oppression, and talking about world wars, and she said that I was a sociopath for not putting my attention on war and, you know, all the issues of the world. And it's like, well, that's your world, dude. Like, that's literally your story that you're feeding from that awareness, saying that is your reality. So you're going to keep seeing more and more of that reflected back in your reality. Like, but people don't, they're, you know, that's victim consciousness. They're not ready for that discussion. So I like my way of teaching, because I get mainly clients who are ready to actually hear it and hear the message. Oh my God, literally, I scroll up and someone just left a comment. Hi, Zach, I hope you are having the best day. Is it true that if we take our attention away from things that we don't want to happen in our world, like taking our rights away from our government? And yes, that is what I just said. I'd say that's ironic, but it's all coming out of me. Yes. If you're saying things are going to affect you, and I have a video on this, that you are the ultimate power. It was after the, big election in the States that everyone was freaking out about. It's like nothing can affect you unless you say it's going to affect you. And if you say this is going to happen and for my better good, it will. You have to just let things happen and let the illusion be the illusion. Teju, hi. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been on live in a while. I've been living my best life. And I've been really busy with coaching calls and my full-time job at the same time. Does reacting at the time... So, Angela, you got to first understand what the story is that you're attached to. That's number one. It's not about... This is why people keep asking, will you do an affirmation tape on your channel? And no, because I think that misleads people. When you're doing something that's a cookie-cutter affirmation tape, it's not actually hitting or filling in the void of awareness that you're attached to. That's what we do in coaching. I find out where your awareness is, what is the whole story that's attached to all this, and then from there we shift it. So it's not about, you can say affirmations all day, but if you're saying affirmations trying to change one identity, you're just going to keep going in circles on the hamster wheel. I'm finally getting there is not perfectionist by where this and how well things going. Hyper focus on doing actions. Yeah, you don't need to do actions all the time. You just need to maintain where you are. Hi, Zach. Hello, chat. MD! How are you doing, Zach? Teju, again, back to our conversation. I feel like this is like, woo, woo, woo. I'm doing really well. I'm doing very, very well. I just got back from USJ with my boyfriend, and we had the most amazing, amazing time. I got to wear my Luffy hat and go to the One Piece restaurant, and he wore an Ace hat, and we just had a lot of fun. Christy, much love to you, too. The 3D is the shadow. Congrats to living your best life. Thank you, my friend. It's when you really, and I came from the whole, if you watch my OCD video, if you've seen the videos where I talk about what the 3D experience I was identified with in the 3D past I was choosing, I literally went through the fire in order to teach this to you guys in the easiest way. Like, I try to make this like consciousness for dummies. That's the only way I can explain it. So we are unfuckable with if we choose to create our heaven on earth. Thank you. Yes. 180%. Yes. That's where, again, my videos that I talk about victim consciousness, it's about not being a victim to the 3D, but going back to your power of choosing your relation to everything. You define your relation to the mass consciousness. Everything out there, it's like a movie that's just playing, but you don't have to actually put your awareness on it. Like, you don't have to say, okay, this is going to affect me in some way, shape, or form. But when you do, you're going to see that reflected back to you. And if you do it and then you don't actually go back and change that you ever had that thought, you might see it come back in a few months. But it doesn't matter. Sensilla, I love it. You can have the cake and eat it too. You absolutely fucking can. Guys, I don't know how well, like, this whole world is meant to be heaven on earth. It's your heaven, but everyone makes it a hell thinking that they've forgotten it's just the game. Literally, when I tell you guys, living your best life is not something that is only for me. It's for everybody. You're all here to live your dreams and enjoy the magic and have fun and do shit you want to do and live and be loved and enjoy and do, like, have hobbies and things you want to play with and whatever. I'm in a whole room of like manga and anime, and well, this is my manga room. My anime's downstairs, but I live my best life. I meditate every day. I do what I want to do. I work out. I read manga. I'll watch a little bit of anime, but I don't have the attention span as much as I'd like to because there's certain series I want to get through. By the way, if no one's seen Lane, Serial Experiments Lane, it's an older anime that used to be around on like VHS when I was a kid, and I always thought it was like looked so adult, but I'm watching it for the first time right now. It's intense. It's an intense study on consciousness and shifting realities. It's only 13 episodes long. I don't think it's on a streaming service. I don't know. It's a bit older, but it is a masterpiece. I don't know where Rama is. I think he's downstairs. Rama! You said a quote one video, see perfection everything and all you will see is perfection. Yep. I miss you so much. Oh, Stephanie. That's great. I was literally just thinking about you last night. it's so weird. I'll think about, I mean, obviously it's not weird because it's consciousness, but I'll think about a client who I've talked to before, or I've had some type of connection with, or some type of success story or whatever. And like the next day they end up booking to talk again. And I was like, that's so weird. I was literally just thinking about you. But again, that's not weird. Hold on, we got Rama right here. I'm doing my linens right now, so there's no sheets on the bed. I have to make the bed, but I'm going to show you. Rama! Hi, BBs. Hi, BBs. Hi, baby boy. Who's a good baby? Who's a good baby? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb your little position on the bed. That's Rama. You know, he's like, why'd you come in here and bother me? He sits on the chair all the time. He looks like a company president. It's so funny. But because I'm in the chair, he doesn't want to be in the room. Literally the best cat. Aren't you, babies? Okay, I saw another question. Hold on. What are your views on death? Do you believe we have control over it? I'm really confused about it. I heard a coach say you can't heal someone if the soul wants to leave. In death, you have no control. I have a video that really came from a very vulnerable place when someone left my reality last year. It was December. I think it's called Where Do We Go When We Die? So that's a place that you can start. My view is you don't really go anywhere. You just zoom out. I mean, when you die, you just zoom out and you go back into consciousness as the real being that you are, and you're seeing all these different realities on the screen. You wrote this story before you even came here. Okay? So this idea that other people have this set path and this death and whatever else, I don't necessarily agree with that, because you can definitely heal other people, and I've seen it many, many times with my clients, many, many times. And I've seen it before I even started coaching. So I don't fully agree with that, because my cat, for instance, I completely healed. That's another video I did. But I think that certain people in your experience are also existing here for a purpose, for the story that you wrote before you even came into this body. So when someone fulfills that purpose, sometimes it's just there's nothing left for them to do in your reality. They've fulfilled that purpose and they make their exit, but that doesn't mean they go anywhere. Because you have to remember, there's other infinite realities where you guys are still existing in the same reality. Because you're existing in all realities at once right now. Then people say, well, can you go to reality where they didn't die? I'm not going to touch that one because I haven't experienced it, and I've heard it's possible, yes, but I've never experienced it myself. So I don't want to touch that. I only teach of things that I've embodied and I know, and I live that from my own, what I teach, but I don't want to touch on too much that I haven't fully experienced. Okay? Do I think it's possible? Anything's possible. But as far as that view of they're making a choice to transition, I wouldn't fully agree with that. That's still coming from your consciousness, and it came from somewhere in the story that you wrote before you even came here. And then once you're here, the story has to keep unfolding as you let it unfold. I hope that answered your question. Probably because I thought about you as I watched your new video 3 times yesterday. Stephanie, thank you. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Zoom out. Good way to say it. Yeah. Overcoming chronic fatigue. Chronic fatigue. Yeah. I mean, I have people overcoming illnesses, but you just got to see yourself in the consciousness of being perfectly healthy. You got to drop that awareness completely. And if you're feeling tired in the moment, you still have to drop it. And especially when you're not feeling fatigued, then you go in and choose the other identity. Because otherwise you're going to keep sitting there telling that story, right? I just said my government only does things that is for the great of humanity. That's what I will say. Yeah. And it will turn out that way. In some ways, it might not look it on the surface at first, but it will start to unfold in that way. But remember, you're not here to worry about the good of humanity of every single other person. And that, as self-conceited as that might sound, you are here to have a first-person experience of awareness. Everything you do is from first person of your individual world. So when you start seeing your world as peaceful, that's going to have a larger effect on the entire world than trying to see the entire world peaceful. Focus on your immediate surroundings, and that will trickle into the collective. Oh, I had something similar happen with my best mate. Told him next year is going to be big for us, and he saw me typing before me having typed the message. He knew that I was going to type it. No coincidence. Nope. Hello, Captain. Hello, Cinderella. A client just emailed me, but I think he'll figure it out. He said use the same link, and I literally sent the link in the next email, so it should be fine, yeah. If you're watching this, my friend, yes, the same link. Hi, Zach. I have a question. How do I remove the old belief that for me to have a job with a high salary, I need to undergo so much hardships before I get to achieve that standard? Well, why are you even telling that story? Pastel Blue. Why would you... This comes down to the awareness that you've had your entire life about how the world works, about yourself needing to be an overachiever, about where did that belief come from. All of this is coming from you. It's not just about, I need to work hard for this job. It's, I need to overachieve in order to have results in my life, or I need to do something or give something or work extra hard to get something handed to me. And as someone said in the earlier comment, who I believe I worked with before in coaching, they literally said, like, you can have your cake and eat it too. And it's absolutely true. Go in the awareness that you already have the job. Drop the belief. Like, stop telling that story. Let it die. Every time you resuscitate it, you're just living in that reality. You can't be in two states of consciousness at the same time. You just can't. You choose one and you stay there. If you need help with that, reach out. But you can't tell the old story and expect for the new story to just suddenly, like, shift. You're either in one state of the consciousness or the other. If I'm unsure about my original desire, don't want to give up my desire, or do I just fully drop and focus on the state? Sometimes I focus on the desire. Just go to the end of being happy. Go to the end that all my desires are fulfilled. Go there and let reality fill in itself. Like, you'll get desires that will appear, and then you, as you get downloads or you see something you want to see or whatever else, you just go there and let it, because oftentimes the desire that you think you want isn't the real desire behind it. It's the egoic mind, which I don't even like using that word, but it's like your lower limited illusionary self thinking you want this desire when really what you want is something else behind it. Zach, how do you do stats? I don't really anymore. Sometimes I do. I just let myself, like, imagine. I don't make it this big thing where I have to, like, close my eyes and get into a state akin to sleep and, like, force it. I'm always imagining. Always. I've always had an active or hyperactive imagination. When I was, like, 5 years old, I used to, like, walk down the hallway and, like, talk into my imaginary wristwatch pretending I was a Power Ranger. You let yourself go into imagination and you just keep imagining the best. That's it. Carissa. Oh, my first time live. Hello, hello. Yeah, I haven't done a live in a while. Do you think that the bridge of incidents reality unfolding has its own required process, length of time? Neville talked about gestation periods. Or do you think that once you're there in awareness, it will appear? Well, once you're there in awareness, you've already activated the bridge of incidents. The bridge of incidents is just how the illusion conforms to give you your desire. And the more you get out of your own way, the quicker it's going to be, and the less steps there's going to be. But you just know that you're already living there now, just like the client before. You got a rejection email. Okay, but that you have no idea what that's going to lead to, right? It's always awareness. It's just awareness. And that awareness will make whatever happened the way it needs to unfold, the way it needs to unfold. But if there's not a bridge of incidents, people always talk about instant manifestations, which are possible. I'm not going to knock that. But the illusion can't collapse. If the illusion collapsed, planets would literally start falling out of the sky. Okay? So you just go there in awareness, and you stay there, and you let everything unfold around you. Even when there are things that are instant, in some cases the old script tends to play out. Why is this, and how do you perceive the 3D? It's just because you had your focus there before. Like, so you don't budge from you just stay there. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Have you watched Tatami Galaxy? Amazing old school anime that was also explores multiverses. It was so amazing. Literally the first anime I ever watched. Big recommendation. Oh, I'm going to take a picture. Oh my god, I really hope I don't end this live. I have a bad history of this. Okay, I took a screenshot, so I'm going to look up that anime after. Thank you for the recommendation. One of you guys live like forever ago wanted me to watch Guden Lagann, and that is just blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. I literally got the figures. I'm like so obsessed with that anime now. Probably the best manifestation anime I've ever seen. Dominica, yay! Hi Zachary, hello. Hello, our caring big brother. Please save this live. Of course I will. Have a great live stream. Off to gym. You get to that gym. This live stream isn't going to go for too much longer. I got to go on the hour. And I'm going to probably go 2 minutes early now to let the client know which link to use. So why do we have to change the identity of the ego? Well, you're always going to be playing a character. You came here to play this game. You're always going to have a character to play. You got to accept that, guys. You're not going to know yourself as awareness, then all of a sudden just like fucking disappear into a cloud with a halo over your head. That's not what you signed up for. It's which character are you choosing to be? And then from that, embodying it, knowing that that's who you are. But what usually happens for most people, which is very normal because that's how the illusion was programmed, is your awareness of being that previous whatever, whoever you're assuming yourself to be, you still stay there. Like you're still there. Like that's just, you have to uncover it and then you shift from there. How do we always have our focus under control and not let it spiral? You got to be disciplined, my friend. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. That's what coaching is for. That's literally what we go into in coaching. We look at what is the actual initial awareness that you are identified with, and then we shift it from there. I cannot do that in comments in a YouTube video or in a live stream. And that's why I don't, people put these comments thinking that we can just shift their whole world with just a little thing. Like you still have to actually identify where you are, and then you have to go from there and shift it. I'm speaking from experience. Like I did this. I'm living in this house in Japan, like a whole different life that I literally imagined my whole life. And everyone always told me it wasn't possible. I know this camera is really probably giving you guys like really dizzy because it's shaking because I have to hold it in my hand. Oh my God, it would be so funny if you ended the live by mistake right now. We are all here, mouths open, listening to every word. And Zach is like, door in your face, bye. Nah, I won't do that. Stop telling the story that you're bored with your current life. What do you mean? Nikki, that's a story you're telling. And even the story that your manifestations are coming is a story that you're telling. Like, it's about being in consciousness now. So if you're going to sit there and say, okay, well, I know that I'm doing this and I'm feeling better, but I still feel bored. Well, that's your story. You're feeling bored. All right? Hello, Aurora Star. Feels really weird having the live in this chair, but I just love this chair so much. Zax, well, I choosing new identity, all opposites are happening together. Yeah, it just goes on. Doesn't ever end. You're just not in that reality anymore. You're not identified as that state of being. I just zoned out. I'm so hungry. After coaching, I have to make dinner. My boyfriend's coming tonight, so I gotta get, it's gonna be a lazy dinner tonight. Pork and beef stir fry with a lot of vegetables. Hi, T. Crawford. Could being too old be stopping manifestations from happening? Nothing seems to work. No, DJ. It absolutely cannot stop your manifestation. Like that, no. That's not even a thing. Why would you even tell that story? No. Nothing's working because you're probably not actually focused on the identity that you're being, and you're focused on trying to get or affirm or just throw something out there. Manifestation is not a process of doing stuff to get things. It is a process of understanding where your identity is, and then from there choosing another identity. That is it. But you have to uncover the first identity first, and you have to have the tools to actually shift it. It's an individual process. I don't do this as a cookie cutter thing. That's why I will never have a course unless I fully believe that it's something that could help people, because I think courses are the biggest fucking waste. It's trying to just throw a bunch of shit information at somebody without actually walking them through the process and having them understand it. And that's why so many people get caught up in this fucking loop. And then it's like, oh, this course is on sale. Oh, let me pay for this premium Facebook group. And then they stay there forever and nothing ever changes. So, my friend, no. It cannot, being too old cannot affect anything. Unless you say it will. What's the name of that manifestation anime you were talking about? Gurren Lagann. I think that one is on Netflix. In the States, not well. It might be on Netflix in Japan, but right now it is. It was by the same team, not the same director, but the same team that made Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I think it's actually I am a big Eva fan. I always have been, but I think this is next level, absolutely next level. It's one of it became like overnight one of my top 3 anime I've ever liked in my life. I finally got it that I need to stop identifying 3. I was really focused on how something should happen each day, and it was throwing me into spirals. Yes, and that's going to happen, Milan. That's okay. That's okay that it's going to throw you into spirals. Yes, that's fine. Do you eat healthy? Yep, I do. Not because I feel like you need to eat healthy in order to do whatever. I enjoy eating healthy. I enjoy nourishing my body. I literally have become addicted to raw carrots again recently with making like a little truffle dip that I talked about in the last live, ironically. Like, I'm obsessed with them. But overall, yes, I do eat healthy. I like taking care of my body. I walk in the consciousness of already having the body I want, but I enjoy the process of getting there at the same time. Like, I do it because I like it. It's fun for me. And I've been cooking a lot. Like, I used to have this identity that I couldn't cook. And I wasn't very good cook. And that, I just shifted that. And I'm, like, cooking up fucking, like, lamb. I made braised lamb the other day. I've actually made it 3 times to get it perfect for my boyfriend was coming, but it was incredible, like incredible. And it wasn't some big deep recipe. Like, I just like looked something up. I threw some shit together. So, but yeah, no, I do eat healthy. That was a long answer. Just be, yep. T. Crawford, yep. Hunid, you pointed to above. I don't know if there's another comment you were trying to, if I missed it. Did I miss a comment? Oh, yeah. It's always being perfect. Did you watch the Midnight Gospel 2020? No. Is that an anime? Because I have so much to watch. I have this massive Blu-ray collection because I just like collecting physical media before it, they take it off streaming services for certain shows. And I've just always been that way since I was a kid. But I have so many I haven't watched. Like, so many, like, in my backlog right now. I have to watch. I don't have to do shit, but I want to watch. Mia, yes, that is literally keeping you in the same loop forever because you're being the version of yourself who's micromanaging. Yes. Dark Shria, not in my experience. No, it's not just affirming something to get something. It's literally shifting the consciousness behind it. And you shift the consciousness by actually understanding. Like, this is really hard to explain without using or talking to you personally to find out where your awareness is. But that's what you have to do. You have to be, okay, this is where my awareness is. I'm not going to be identifying with this story anymore. This is a new story that I'm telling about every area of my life. It's not just affirming. That's why affirming, you listen to fucking these sleep tapes. Listen to the sleep tape for 21 days and then nothing happens. For some people it does, and that's great for them, but I think sleep tapes generally don't fully shift people. Hi, So. I got my dream body while eating junk, but recently I'm so gravitated towards healthy food, and it's so weird, but I just let the identity that's what's gonna happen. You can have your dream body, but when you're letting the identity lead you of someone who's really taking care of themselves and cares about their life, like, you're gonna have junky food once in a while. Like, you're here to enjoy it, but it's all within, like, just a healthy balance of who you're being. Like, I went to, at USJ, I had the best fucking burger at the One Piece restaurant. Like, it was so good. If you watch my Instagram, I posted a picture of me posing with it during the stories. I didn't upload it. Literally one of the top. The burger was amazing. It was a little bit, like, it could have been a little bit warmer, but it was like legitimately so good. But then the next day I ate healthier, sort of. I mean, we did like the hotel buffet, which was phenomenal, but it was like raw fish and shit. Like it was healthy. I love your video. I'm watching Tom every day, but yours explains are more easy to understand. Love both of you. I love Tom. I love Tom. I think of myself as like Tom for dummies. Um, I don't know how to explain things like Tom. That's the easiest way I can put it. I don't know how. I think he has beautiful explanations, very poetic explanations, and he's a lot of where I got a lot of my information, learning this to tie it all together. But I've read a lot of books behind it, but my brain just can't think that way. I don't know. Everything you cook is tasty. My first live. Hello, Thorn. Yeah, but Dark Trid, that's the story you're telling. That's literally the story you're telling. Like, it couldn't be staring you more blatantly in the face right now. Magic Girl. Hi, Zach. What inspired you to name Ranma? Does it have any meaning, etc.? Magic Girl, first live. Hello. Glad to have you here. Happy to have you on the crew. For Ranma, so Ranma's actually based on one of my favorite anime characters from like the early 90s. That was huge. It was like one of the first anime that hit the States back before anime was not very cool. Ranma One Half. And they actually have a new remake anime that's on Netflix right now that's currently going that is also amazing with the original cast. But I couldn't decide what to name him, and a friend of mine was like, why don't you name him Ranma? Because he knew that I loved anime, and I was like, oh my god, that's a perfect name. So I went to Ranma, and I think it's actually like the perfect name for my cat. He's such a Ranma. Okay, so I should book for an update. Stephanie, do whatever you feel called to do, but I mean, I love talking to you, so we always have great conversations. I have like so many core coaching memories with you specifically, Stephanie. It's hilarious. Not anime on Netflix, just 8 episodes, 23 minutes. It's a cartoon about mind and consciousness. So perfect. They speak there like you and Eric. Oh, cool. So cool and short. Cool. I'll check it out. What was it called again? I can't. Can you type it again in the chat? I'm going to take a picture. Sanam. Hi, Zach. Nikki. You're the Nikki that I'm gonna come back to you personally on this one. But you're still waiting for the desires, so that's why like you'd be living your life otherwise. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like you once you're in the consciousness of having it, you go out and do other things. Right? Not every day has to be this massive adventure, but just watching One Piece gives me so much like fucking adrenaline. Is there anyone that blew you away in successes? Yeah, one of my favorite videos of the woman who she had labeled her son as highly severely nonverbal autistic, and within a week showed no signs of autism. I did a video on her. I think it was like November or December last year. I forget what the video was called, but it was insane. And to this day, no signs. And the doctors had all told her this and that and the other thing. I had another client as well. Who I don't want to say this, but had a very severe form of an illness that also in a month completely healed herself. So those were pretty cool. All right, guys, I gotta go in like 1 minute because my client's gonna be waiting. I know you can relate. I work for a property investment company. Need to close deals for 3 years. Rarely hit target. And a new role after 1.5 years off. 2 months. What would you do? I would just start telling myself, "Oh, my deals always close. I am always hitting my targets. I'm always closing deals. The less I work, the more money I make. Everything always flows to me. Like, you just got to tell a new story. If you want help with that, reach out. What is your take on being delusional? There's no such thing as delusional. Midnight Gospel. Okay, hold on. I'm going to take a picture of this and I got to go because my client's waiting. Yo, what's good? Yo, the one. Oh my god, the Midnight Gospel is so good. Oh my god, it's so amazing. Wow, it's so amazing. What is your take on Sunny Ingram and all the affirming stuff to me? It just stresses me out. Not a fan of her. No offense. Not trying to throw shade, not trying to start a fight, but she's keeping people in a much lower level of consciousness by just talking about just affirm, just do this, just do that. She's trying to run a business. She's trying to milk people for money. and she's been that way ever since this whole thing started. I couldn't even I felt so repelled by her the first time I saw her from just like a soul level. Not trying to throw shade, but she's not gonna. You're not gonna get what you want by not shifting the identity. She's just talking about a lot of shit to keep you stuck. Okay, so good seeing you live. So good seeing you live too. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I love you all. I'm so sorry, Svenja. I can't get into your question right now. Love you all. I have to get on this next live. So it was great catching up with you. This live will be posted when it's done uploading and whatever YouTube does. And I will talk to you guys again in the future. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick. What would you? Okay, yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be uploaded. So don't worry. Okay, guys, love you. Gotta hop on my call. Bye.